Good morning, everyone. Uh, just getting my wits together, watching videos, looking at Facebook, like I do. But I've been having some conflicts with, I guess not conflicts, uh, uncomfortable situations with a theist at work and with other people online, on Facebook, on YouTube, like everybody does. This one is has been preempted or brought upon by the Duggars most recently by the Duggars. And what I feel is probably the biggest issue, or the big issue here, is why there's so much kickback, resistance, anger, uh, people generally losing their shit when I post a pedophile or a sexual predator or someone that's doing something bad is also religion or also religious, and then claims that they ask God for forgiveness, and then suddenly everything's okay because they say God forgave them. That's the premise of the drama that I've been experiencing lately. And as an example, that's the Duggars wasn't the first one. Obviously, there's other religious people that claim to be devoutly religious that are doing unspeakable acts and then hide behind their religion. This is the discrepancy. A lot of religious people that I know seem to think that when at least I post something about a Christian or a whatever religion they are doing an unspeakable act, they seem to feel that I'm saying that if you're a Christian, you're a pedophile or a criminal, and Christians are these evil people, which is, of course, not what I'm saying. If that was true, the 80% or so Christians in America would have long ago torn each other to shreds and preyed upon their own children, and all the horrible things that these outwardly religious people are doing. So I'm going to, for this video, because it's such a happy morning, use a different subject. Let's, as an example, let's imagine that you're a terrorist. You're in America. You're from, let's go with classic terrorist. You're a Muslim that can get away with, just to make it arbitrary, because a religion isn't a race, but Muslim tends to be, is a race. So you're a very Anglo-looking Muslim. You're an Anglo-Muslim. You converted, and you want to do a terrorist act. You want to strike out against the infidels, but you're living in America, and you need some time to plan, and you need to throw off everybody looking at you. So what do you do to hide yourself as an extremist terrorist in America? Do you carry around the Quran, dress in with the turban and the classic garb? Do you go to mosques? Do you do all the outward signs? Do you have machine guns and shoot it in the air? You don't do any of that. If you're a smart terrorist, what you would do is buy a house in the suburb. Every Memorial Day, every 4th of July, you would hang American flags everywhere. You would put one of those little American flags in your antenna slot as you're driving. You would say, support our troops. You would have those stickers. You would have all the outward signs of a ultra-patriotic douche Because somebody like that, you'd go, oh, well, they're super American. They would never do a terrorist act. That you would, most people would buy into that sheep's clothing. This isn't a new story. Both the predator religious person and the terrorist Americanized person, all these, the story is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This is a tactic and a meme that has been around for thousands and thousands of years. And at this moment in my life and in my dramas in between people, the issue is the wolf in sheep's clothing and the misunderstanding that when I'm posting that a Christian was caught with child pornography, say, and they're getting busted and they're in the news. When I post that, I'm not saying that I believe all Christians are pedophiles. What I'm posting it for and I'm showing it for is the hypocrisy where Christians are defending sexual predators. The Christians are defending these disturbed individuals. And then when you point out that they are just disturbed individuals, they take offense personal. That, oh, you're saying all Christians are do that, so you're an ass. And no, it's my hope that, and I think most people understand this, everybody that's watching this understands that, it's fairly common that there are criminals that are posing as religious fundamentals, as Christians, as Muslims. There's as well as the fact that religion seems to offer them some solace. If you are a sexual predator, it's not the norm, and from all of the studies that I've done and stories that I've read, they feel bad that they're doing, or a lot of them feel bad that they're doing this. So religion gives them a way to feel comfort. They're doing bad things, but God loves them, and they get forgiveness, so they can pray, so they can feel they're doing something, even though at the same time they're still doing these horrible acts, which to me is another giant form of religious hypocrisy. And again, I'm not saying Christians are all hypocrites and criminals. I'm saying that the people that are criminals, the hypocrisy is that they feel they're able to do the crime and at the same time be forgiven for it. A preemptive prayer. I know soldiers do this, and you see it sometimes in movies where someone will pray, please forgive me for the things I'm about to do. Now, if it's something that society is okay with, say a soldier going to war and killing people overseas because of perceived patriotism, that's okay. That's a mission you have to do, and a calling, and praying for forgiveness for doing what you're about to do seems on the surface to be acceptable. But if you apply that same asking forgiveness for the sin before you commit the sin with every intent of doing the sin, if you then apply that sin to pedophilia, and you have a pedophile this is just the most heinous act I can think of, so that's why I'm using it as an example. If they pray for forgiveness for what they are about to do, and then they go abduct a child or do whatever they're going to do, are you still okay with God forgiving them before? See, that's really the crux of it. It's that criminals are using religion as a cover, and many religious people that I know are falling for it and supporting these criminals and supporting these disturbed individuals for what they're doing because they feel they have to defend their religious beliefs. And I'm trying to figure out a way to separate those and bring a little more sanity to the debate. Peace.